Hello everyone and welcome back to the Keye Team Somm Corner. My name's David with the Keye Team. Before we dive into the wine, I just want to say thank you to everyone that came to our aromatic white wine tasting that we held just the other day. It was a big hit. I think everyone really enjoyed themselves. If you haven't been to join us at one of our tastings with the Keye Team, we have 2 more this summer. In July, we're going to taste some sparkling wines. And we're going to use the W-set method on that instead of the Quarters Master Sommeliers. And then in August, we have big reds we're going to do. So definitely, reach out to me if you didn't receive the email and you want the link to sign up for those. We'd love to have you, teach you a little bit about wine and just have a great conversation and good times. Anyway, on to the wine. It is June, which means we're celebrating a rosé as we do many years. International Rosé Day is June 14th this year. And for me, I'm super excited because June 13th is 11 years since my wife and I first met and went on our first date. And it's also the 6-month baby anniversary, if you will. She turned 6 months yesterday on the 13th. So happy National Rosé Day, happy 6-month birthday to my little baby girl, and happy anniversary to my wife. We have a great rosé. We always celebrate with a rosé in my family. And the little one's going to have some watermelon. This month we're talking about the Château Gassier Esprit. Fantastic rosé. This one's done with a direct press method, which is where they press the grapes, very quickly run the juice over the skin so it has a little bit of skin contact, and that's how they come up with this rosé. The other method that's very well known and popular is the Sainé style, or literally translates to bleeding. Very popular in Tavel and the Rhône, and so that's when they actually take juice from the red wine while it's in the fermentation process, and they make it into a rosé. The third method, of course, is blending. That is much more common when you're talking about champagne. You don't find that too often when you're making a still rosé like the one we're enjoying today. The Château Gassier is actually from Provence in France. That is in the southeastern area, not too far from Marseille. That area is a great area for great value-driven wines. A lot of people might be familiar with something like Whispering Angel. Very light and dry. This is drinking very similar to that. I will say that it's got just a little bit more hue on the color, a little more orange look. And even on the nose and the palate, I get a little kind of citrus orange, clementines and tangerines and candied orange peel, but also just lots of strawberry and raspberry on these. Very nice florals, great acid as well. I'm going to do a little taste here, but we're not going to spend too much time on tasting the wine. It's a fantastic rosé, very mineral driven, and just really benefits from the mistral winds that come through in Provence. That's very high mile-per-hour winds that go through, and the main benefactor of that is grapevines, because it keeps them to where they're even ripening instead of getting too overly ripe in that hot region. So let's just taste this wine real quick, give it a whiff, and we'll move along. Yeah, so on the nose, I'm getting the wildflowers, I'm getting definitely like a clementine or tangerine, and then even like a little kind of flinty undertone for the mineral. Lots of raspberry too. On the palate, it's actually a little heavier on the body, more, not quite a medium body, but not super light and wispy. And a large part of that is probably because it has Cabernet in there, which adds a little structure, adds a little weight, even gives it a little bit more red fruit. Like honestly, I get some watermelon on the palate there, as well as a little sense of oak. But really that Cabernet has added, I can't put my finger quite on it, but it definitely added a nice texture to it, where it's got a little bit more creaminess than a lot of the lighter rosés out of Provence. So that's just a quick little tasting. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate anyone that's watching these videos. Hopefully you can join us in person at one of our Keye Team tastings. Once again, we're doing one in July, we're doing one in August. Hoping to get to do these a little bit more often through the year. Maybe we'll see you in September as well if we can get one kicked off for that. Either way, have yourself a wonderful day, and if you need anything real estate or wine related, feel free to reach out.